Hello, welcome to Tech Select with me, Linus. Now, in today's video, we are doing something quite simple. We are simply making a bootable flash drive. So this one would be maybe Windows 10, Linux, whatever it is, just making this pen drive or flash disk, like we're used to calling it, a bootable one so that you can plug it into your machine and boot. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here at Tech Select. If you're returning and you've not yet subscribed, now is a good time for you to go hit the subscription button and notification bell so that you are alerted each time a new video drops on this here channel. Now, in today's video, we're doing, like I said, we're making a bootable flash drive. Now, I have my list of flash disks here, and rule number one is if you're making a bootable, especially Windows, if you're doing a Windows bootable, high advantage is get something above 4 GB. So in my case, I have an 8 GB flash with me. 8 is good, 32 even better, but just make sure it is over 4 GB. So that is number one. Number two is you should not be scared of losing whatever is on that flash. Transfer it off somewhere because we are going to be formatting that flash. That is in terms of hardware. Now, you're going to need a software. In this case, we are going to need a software called Rufus. Let's just go over here to the laptop. Right in the laptop here, let's go over to Chrome and we are looking for Rufus. So all you have to do is go to rufus.ie. So we'll be getting this page over here, and this is exactly what the app is going to look like, something like this. Now we'll just have to scroll all the way down until you find the download section. Now the download section, basically all you need is download the latest, like this normally the one which is in bold up at the top right there. Just click download. In my case, this is version 3.18 as per the recording of this video. Now once you have downloaded, all you have to do now is go to wherever it is you downloaded your file to. In my case, I have my Rufus file over here, and then we are going to open it and install. Do you want to allow check application updates online? Yes. And once we are installed, there we go. Now that is part 2 of the requirements we need. Now step 3 now is we need a working version of Windows. So you need an ISO. I will not be directing you where to download this, but I'm sure by the time you're watching this video, you either already have a version of Windows, or you have bought version of Windows, or you have acquired it legally somewhere. So now all we have to do now, let's get into the software right here. Now all you have to do is get your flash. In my case, this here is our 8 GB flash we're going to be working with. Plug it into your laptop, desktop, whatever it is you're using, to create your bootable. Now automatically it will read, as you can see it here. My flash disk is named My Flash, as you can see, and it is 8 GB. Now what we're going to be doing is right here where it says boot section, what do we need? We're creating an unbootable FreeDOS, or we are doing a disk or ISO image, which is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to be selecting disk or ISO image. Now we're just going to click select over here. It will bring a navigation window. In here we want to navigate to where our ISO for Windows is. In my case, it is somewhere on my desktop, and there we have it. Now all you have to do is select your version of Windows. Now it will automatically detect everything from there onwards. Now here is where things tend to go a bit tricky. Here where there is partition scheme. Now if you leave it in GPT, because it will automatically most times select GPT. If you leave it in GPT and you try to plug this flash into an older machine, it's not going to work. It will not be detected, because GPT works with machines that run EUFI system only. So if you're running on an older machine, most of them were not upgraded up to UFI only. So if you leave it at GPT, you're definitely not going to have a working flash. So in this case, we are going to select MBR. Now the advantage of selecting MBR is it gives you both versions, gives you the BIOS version for the older machines, and then to also be read by UEFI machines for those that are running on the newer model machines. So always make sure, this is where things tend to backfire, make sure you have clicked and selected the MBR partition scheme. Right. Moving down now, volume label here, we just give our drive a name, whatever you're going to call it. In my case, let me call it Windows. In my case, let me just Yeah, in my case I'm going to call it Windows, and this is Windows 10, so I'm just going to name it Windows 10 right there. Now after naming it, file system is always NTFS. I wouldn't want to meddle with this, but of course NTFS is the only option you have. Clutter size, just leave that on default. You don't need to be playing with that, and all we have to do now is click start. Now it will bring a warning saying all the data will be destroyed on this device. Of course, by the time we reach this point, you're very committed. We hit OK, and then now we wait for it to do the rest. So of course it will format it, and then now it will start creating the file system on your bootable drive. All you have to do is now wait for it to get done, and by the time it is done, it will be telling you ready. Let's just wait for that a little bit, and I'll show you what exactly it will be saying once it is done. Right, so when it's finally ready, it will be of course telling you here ready. Now what you have to do once you have this, don't make the mistake I made once and click start again. It will just start the whole process afresh. All you have to do now is hit close and eject your flash drive, pen drive, whatever it is you call it. Now this here, once you plug it into any machine, you just have to click boot from flash or boot from USB medium, and you should be ready to boot your Windows 10, 11 or whatsoever from your flash disk. Now that's as simple as that. Now if you love this kind of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell so you're alerted each time I drop new content right here on this channel. But as of now, I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.